And then 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, or whenever the Florida and Duke game ends, North Carolina and the Fighting John Hensons will be locked in. Number 18, Kentucky at Rupp Arena. Henson, as you know, Kentucky was a big player in the recruitment process of Caleb Wilson. He's looked at home in Chapel Hill, though. How do you feel about your Heels heading into this one?
Going to be a tough matchup. I do the Carolina pod every week. I preview every game. I watch every game, so I'm super well versed. I like the fact that Kentucky isn't the most physical team, and they're missing Low as well. But they're a wounded dog. Like they don't have any.
You might be without Diabate too at the 4. It sounds like Diabate is going to be missing too.
Jeez.
So I didn't know that, and I was going to say like Carolina plus 6.5. Like do I have a hammer here? Do I bring out the hammer? Like where's my hammer at? Like just slam that 6.5. Like when I saw the line, it kind of like threw me back a little bit. Kentucky's not necessarily a juggernaut, and neither is Carolina per se. But I think you're giving me a 3 possession game. I got to go Carolina. It's going to be tough to win. Rupp is the loudest place I've ever played in. Couldn't even hear myself think. We had to make up hand signals. AD blocked my shot for the game winner. I cried in the locker room. I have bad memories there. So, hopefully Carolina can play well. I don't know about the win, but I do love the points.
Yeah, that's too many points, right? 6.5 is too many points. KenPom has it as 10 points. That is way too many points. I feel like the metrics are underrating Carolina right now. The big thing for me, and I think the real X factor here, Henson, and you tell me if I'm wrong, is keeping Henry Visar out of foul trouble. Like the drop off for Carolina.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
When Visar's gone is like it's. I think you have to, and Hubert's got a bad habit of. And it's not just him. A lot of coaches do this, but like you get 2 fouls in the first half and it's auto bench. And I hate that, especially when you got a veteran 5, man. Like you got to kind of trust him a little bit because the drop off without him is massive. I don't know if Kentucky necessarily has the pieces to be able to get him into foul trouble. But if I'm Mark Pope, that's what I'm trying to do. Let's get a couple. Let's get Otega Owe going downhill and trying to jump into Visar and draw a foul or 2. Let's find a way to be able to get the ball into, I don't know, like Malachi Moreno in the post and see if he can't draw a foul on somebody. Because I think that's what you have to be able to do to be able to beat this North Carolina team.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Go ahead, Henson.
No, they're a -6 without him on the court. They're plus 38 with him on the court. It changed the Michigan State game. As soon as he went out, Michigan State kind of took control of that game. So he's got to understand that. If I could get there to just chat with him, because I am a Carolina big, I'll see him one of these days. But you've got to understand, if you cannot get into foul trouble, you got to let some things go. You may have to let some possessions, not be as aggressive defensively. Even with Michigan State, when he was trying to box out and do certain things, like, look, you have to understand the value you have on the court. And so I don't know if that's being talked about internally with Coach Davis or who he talks to about basketball, but someone has to tell Henry Visar that without you on the court, we are not very good. And it's unfortunate, but that is what it is. We saw that kind of when Hubert had to play Baycode and all those guys 35 minutes a game on that run to the championship. I think it's going to have to be similar type of minute kind of disposition this year with that team, because off the bench, they don't really have much. And that's when Michigan State's depth took over. And that's what's going to happen throughout this year if those guys can't play or they get in foul trouble. So he stays out of foul trouble. Kentucky doesn't necessarily have a guy that's going to attack him like that. I don't know the freshman kid's name, but he's really good. He's kind of their hub for their offense.
And Malachi Moreno?
Yeah, Moreno. Yeah, he's underrated as well, but I think he's going to have a hard time with Visar.
Here's the biggest issue that I think Kentucky has tomorrow night is with Mo Diabate out. I don't know what you do with Caleb Wilson, right? Mo Diabate is the one guy that is big, that is also mobile, right? You got a lot of big guys on this team. Malachi Moreno is 7 foot. You got Andre Yelovich, who's 6'11". You got Brandon Garrison, who's 6'10". And then you got a lot of guys that can guard, right? Like I think Jasper Johnson, Otega Owe in theory should be a good defender. Colin Chandler, 6'5" and athletic, right? But you don't have anyone that's 6'10" that can deal with someone that can do the stuff that Caleb Wilson can do on the perimeter, that can do the stuff that Caleb Wilson can do when he's driving to the rim outside of Diabate. And I think that's going to be a really, really big problem for this Kentucky team. And you know, Diabate is what he is. I get a little frustrated watching them play with the freedom that he has to be able to shoot, but he is a very useful and valuable piece because of what he brings defensively. And not having him out there is going to be, I think, a significant issue for Kentucky because I just don't know what you do with Caleb. Like Caleb Wilson looks like a guy that's going to end up being a top 5 pick. And because of his size, he's like such a matchup problem. And Kentucky does not. Do you put honest question? If you are Kentucky, Henson, what do you do? Do you put Owe on him and just say climb up underneath him and be physical and be strong and kind of take away his leverage? Do you put Brandon Garrison on him and hope that he can chase him around on the perimeter? I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I mean, he leads the country in dunks, which is insanely impressive, being that he's not a bruising center. And I think that the respect early Coach Izzo showed by they damn near was double teaming him when he caught it on the mid post. For a college team to double you on the mid post early, I thought that was super impressive. And then they kind of backed off once they got a little lead and they realized, okay, you know, look, he's not big fella can handle him, right? So the respect that I saw Coach Izzo give him initially to start the game, I was like, wow, this kid's good, and he showed it. He made some moves, some rip throughs, baselines. It was just, I mean, he's kind of like flexible. He kind of like he's really good, man. I can't. He's a top 5 pick, man. I when I was watching him play, he kind of plays at a different level, kind of like, you know, than the other players on the court, like the way he jumps and runs and dunks. So it's going to be a tough matchup. For Kentucky. But I like I said, I love the 6.5. I don't think it'll be there by the time the game starts tomorrow. No way.
Yeah. I think gun to head real quick. I'm sorry, Sam. Gun to head. I think what ends up happening is that Cam Williams starts on him. But Cam Williams, the knock on him is the issues defensively. And if you're relying on Cam Williams to try to shut down Caleb Wilson, that is the kind of matchup that I would want to fade if I was, and I am, a betting man.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the shooters. I mean, I think you started Caleb Wilson. You started Caleb Wilson. I can't remember what game where he struggled early when they were double teaming. He was thrown all over the place. That might be the formula to start games off and then see how everybody reacts.
Yeah. Kentucky just under a touchdown favorite there at home. Henson's going to move the line himself.